Well, we got some great cool weather here in South Georgia, so that means it's time to take the Silver Bullet back out to the track. But we've added a couple throttle bodies from our friends at Solar Performance. As you saw, they made some good horsepower down low, not a ton up top, but down low is where we're going to be launching this car, so let's see if we can go break another record. Well, we've finally been blessed with some really good weather out here at South Georgia Motorsports Park. Woke up to temps in the 30s. We're now sitting about 40 degrees. Track's gonna go hot in about the next half hour or so. DA's hovering about negative 1,200 feet. Now we went to 1075, we were at about 1,500 feet DA. So we're hoping by the time we make some hits, we'll still be in that negative 1,000 to 800 range. And as we know, good DA is all about making horsepower, so let's see what she does. It spun a little bit on the 1-2. Short shifted to poop out of second gear. It's only a 163 short time, but temperature's 46 degrees right now, so we'll see what that equates to. Otherwise, it felt good. First car down the track, that's exactly what we wanted, 11:06 a.m. Let's hope it's better than a 1075, given the weather. The DA, I checked it right before we made a pass, it was negative 1,057 feet. Our previous best was made, I think, at about 1,400 or 1,600 positive DA. So hopefully we got what we came out here for. Thank you, ma'am. No! I don't know how it went in 82. Are you kidding me? All right, first hit, 1082, 127.59. Whole mile an hour slower, which really doesn't make sense given the great air out here, but we lost it in the 60 foot. It only went a 163 where previously it went a 160. I think that's the difference. Tire pressure didn't go up at all in the back. Obviously it's cold, it was 46 degrees. So I don't think I did my job as far as getting a proper enough burnout to get enough heat in those tires, because it did feel like it slipped a little bit on the 1-2 shift. We were the first car going down the track, so we'll let it cool off and go out there and make another hit. Well, this isn't how we expected today to go. Great optimism because cool temps here in South Georgia. Yeah, I love it when things just do not go as planned. And right now our tiny little lightweight battery is not liking the cold weather. So for some reason this car finds new ways to let us down all the time. This time it's going to be the lightweight battery, which was on charge all night, fired up fine off the trailer, drive around a little bit, and it can't hold the charge to save its life. So we got on the booster here from the truck, the F-150, pull around, wait 10 minutes, dead battery. So this is what happens when we come out to the track with expectations. would stop being optimistic. It was a 163 short time again. Like we've found out, this car is a bracket racer. It just repeats itself over and over again. Let's see what she did. Hopefully a bottom 70. Give me something better than a 75. Don't keep breaking my heart. 76. 76. Got a mile an hour back, 76. Okay. So we'll cool it down. Get this thing back on charge. And come out here for a glory pole in a little bit. But it's pretty heat soaked right now. And we got some other decisions to make too. So yesterday we discovered after bolting on the throttle bodies, they didn't throw any codes on the dark horse, but it did say that there was an air leak between the throttle body and the intake valve, which was strange. So we checked to make sure everything was fine and everything was installed correctly, and let's face it, it's a throttle body. It was installed correctly, but it's throwing a code in the check engine light. Now, maybe that's dropping some timing, and who knows, but much better air. We're not mile an houring any better, which doesn't make sense, especially with an NA car. So we're going to go ahead and put back on the stock throttle bodies and see what happens. Another reason why tuning is so important for these cars, so that you can work your way around things like this. Now we did show increases down low with the dark horse, which we were hoping would help maybe 60 foot this car, but since it spends the majority of its time in the higher RPMs, we don't know if it's pulling timing or anything like that. So when in doubt, take a step backwards, go back to how it was, where you knew it performed. It should go faster with better weather, and go from there. So that should be it, baby. 156 short time. Woo! All right. So after a 163 short time, add another pound of air on the back tires and put back on the stock throttle bodies. It was throwing check engine lights. It didn't know why it was getting extra air in. That was our best 60 foot by far, a 156. So you're talking 4/700ths of a second quicker to 60 feet. Yeah, the air's gotten hotter. It's now 54 degrees. DA, I think right before I checked it, I'll check it again here real quick. DA's negative 587. So, not nearly the negative 1,200 feet we started off the day with, but with a 156 short time, that should be enough to get us a 73 or a 74. So, let's see what happens. And remember, we've only gone faster one other time that it wasn't the first pass. This is the third pass. Give me something under 75. Woohoo! Thank you! That's what I'm talking about! 10-6-0! Yeah! 1060, a $1.29. Thank you, Mr. Matt Henschke. He's our in-house tuner. If you send in a tune, looking for a tune for your car, he's the one who loaded it. Matt said, what's changed? I said the throttle bodies. He said, let's put the stock ones back on. Put the stock ones back on, we dropped a 1/10.5. How about a 60, brother?
That's what I thought it said, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah, baby. Hell yeah. 1060. $1.29, 10. DA's only negative 597 right now, but a 156 short time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! The 1060 kind of shocked us a little bit. Current DA, negative 473. So we're about 120 feet higher than we were on the 1060, but we add a little bit of air pressure to the back. Theory is to get a little bit more rollout, and we'll see if she responds. Hopefully she does. Finally making us happy. We equaled our 60 foot with a 156. So that tells us we equaled the 60 foot with a 156. Tire should have continued to grow going down track with a little bit more air pressure, and God, it'd be so nice to get this thing in the 50s. 55 degrees, so still really, really good weather. Like I said, we've only gone faster one time outside of our first pass. So far today, every pass we've made, we've gone faster. Have we found something? I doubt it. But, hey, we'll take it. 10.5 something? 65. Okay, we'll take it. Thank you. I don't think she wants to talk to me. We're gonna take the 10.60. I'm gonna go back, get the guys some beers. They all deserve it. They gave up their Saturday morning to come out here, freeze their butts off. It was 37 when we got out. We had to give the track about an hour and a half to get ready. You know, there's not a good surface when it's that cool. I mean, we woke up to frost this morning at the house, in the grass, on the roof and everything, but Steeda Silver Bullet 2.0. All right, as you saw, we ended the day with a 1065, but we ended up running a 1060 at 129 miles an hour with the 2024 Steeda Silver Bullet. It was probably the most rewarding day at the track. Not because it went to 1060, but because it wasn't easy. We knew we had great weather. We knew it was gonna make power. But when we got there, we struggled with the battery. It wouldn't start. Anybody knows that when you're in the lanes and you've got to get pushed off the racetrack, it sucks. We had to do that. We had to keep fighting. It wouldn't go faster. Like I said, we had to take a step back in order to go forward, and it was a whole team effort. We're wrenching on the car, swapping parts, but did we find the limit? Did we find the limit on what you can do to these cars without a tune before things start going crazy? I mean, we tested those Solar Performance throttle bodies. We put over 600 miles on our Dark Horse with them. We drove it all the way down to Sebring and back. Drove around town for a week. No check engine lights, no nothing. But the Dark Horse does not have a ported manifold from 1320 Junkie. It doesn't have ported heads from Airflow Solutions, and it doesn't have free-flowing exhaust from Cook's. So with that added airflow, was a little bit more from the Solar Performance throttle bodies too much for this? What is the limit? Did we find it? Well, we don't know till we get tuning. What's the next step? I'd like to add camshafts. When we tested the comp cams on our 2018 Silver Bullet, we picked up 0.2 in the quarter mile with tuning. That's incredible. 0.2 and this thing would fly. You're talking about a legit mid to low 10-second car. So we don't know if we want to go that route because we can't control the cams. Sure, we could get more lift and more duration, but if the computer's not happy and it starts playing with that cam timing, the last thing we want to do is start whacking some pistons and valves together and we end up needing a new motor. So did we find the limit? Well, we're not so sure. We've got some things we'd like to try, but we're really hoping that tuning will become available in the near future. We've got our cold air intake on it that we know we haven't maximized the performance of that yet because of tuning. We'd like to throw E85 in the car. Once again, make more horsepower, go quicker at the track. Can't really do a whole lot of that without the tuning. Yeah, people are doing E30 blends, E50 blends. We even tried straight E85, but after a while, the car started pulling timing. It wasn't happy. Just like it wasn't happy on Saturday with additional airflow. It might be fine on a street car or something that isn't heavily modified, but on the Steeda Silver Bullet, it wasn't happy. We had to take a step backwards, but we're super happy with the performance. We can't thank our sponsors enough. Those are some key components which was able to take this car to the next level. So the other beauty about taking the car to the track with those Solar Performance throttle bodies, we had the street testing done with them. But like all of our parts that you'll find on Steeda.com, we're gonna take them out to the track and we're gonna test them. It was this weekend with the Steeda Silver Bullet. Last weekend, Dario was down at Sebring testing the number 20 car. 2 weeks prior to that, we had the whole crew down there for Camp Steeda, testing different parts on Sebring International Raceway. So it's one of the things that really makes Steeda stand out from the crowd. We're a company full of enthusiasts. We don't just make parts in America, great suspension products for your Ford vehicles. We're gonna go out there on the weekends, we're gonna race this stuff, we're gonna test it. Why? So at the end of the day, you, the consumer, when you come to us and tell us what your goals are, what you wanna do with your car, we're gonna have the answers for you because we put in the hard work so we can see what works and doesn't work. Because we wanna make sure that you spend your hard-earned money only one time. You're not buying this, changing it out to that. Let you know what works, what doesn't work, and what's gonna make you happy at the end of the day. Because at Steeda, speed matters.
Come on.